Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about a topic that is operations on real numbers. And as you can see, this is the topic of class 9 and the chapter number system. Operations on real numbers. Before we go to different types of operations, I just need to mention some of the points here. So the first point is the sum or difference of two rationals is always rational. Number 2, the product or quotient of two rationals is always rational. Number 3, the sum or difference of a rational and an irrational number is irrational always. Number 4, the product or quotient of a non-zero rational with an irrational is irrational. Okay. Number 5, if we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrationals, the outcome may be rational or irrational. So these are 5 very important points when we are going to discuss about operations on real numbers. Now, some of the properties will be used for operations on real numbers, and those are, so you can take a star like a point. Some of the points you need to write down. So number 1, it's root over of AB, where A and B both are real numbers, so it will be individual roots product, right? This you all know right from class 8. And root over of A by B is equals to root A divided by root B. Number 3, root A plus root B into root A minus root B. If you take A plus means x plus y into x minus y's formula, then it will be x square minus y square, and x means root A here, so x square will be A and y square will be b, so it's a minus b. Number 4, a plus root b into a minus root b is equals to a square minus b, the same formula x plus y into x minus y. Number 5, root a plus root b into root c plus root d. Now normal multiplication if you do, then you will get root ac plus root ad plus root bc plus root bd. Okay, it's normal multiplication. And number 6 will be root a plus root b's whole square is equals to, it's quite obvious, x plus y's whole square. It will be a plus 2 root ab plus b. These all 6 can be found very easily. These two are preliminary and this just multiplication, or you can say the application of some formula. Like these two, application of the formula x square minus y square, and this one is the application of the formula x plus y's whole square. So these 6 should be known by everybody before we go to the main topic of operations on real numbers. Okay, now we will be going to our main topic, that is rationalization. Rationalization of what? Rationalization of denominator. Now rationalization of denominator, this of denominator part normally will not be used in the question. Rather the question will be rationalize something, and it means that we have to rationalize the denominator, right? So we will be doing these things by taking some of the numbers. Okay, so in examples, number 1, suppose the question is rationalize 1 by root 7. Okay, means rationalize the denominator of 1 by root 7. And rationalize means we the form will be in irrational and we have to make it rational. Okay, now look how we are making it. When we are getting root 7 here, we are writing 1 by root 7. This equals to, we are multiplying root 7 to the denominator and the numerator both. Then we are getting root 7 divided by 7. Now you can see this denominator is rational, not irrational, right? This is rational, that means this portion root 7 by 7 is the answer. Okay, now another one I am doing so that you can get your idea properly. Suppose the question is rationalize 1 by root 3, then we will be doing 1 by root 3 is equals to root 3 divided by root 3 into root 3. Because if you multiply root 3 only with this, we will get 3, and that is rational. So it's root 3 divided by 3. You can see this is rational, that means the whole thing is the answer. Okay, this is the way we have to do. Now there are many different types of questions. Now the next category is rationalize the denominator of 1 by a plus b root x. Okay, look, this we have to do, where a's value will be given, b's value will be given, and x's value also will be given. And this is a particular general one I am doing. Okay, you will be getting the particular one as the question obviously, but I am doing the general one. How we will be doing it? First we will write down this a plus b root x. Right, now whenever we are getting this type of form, remember that we need to multiply just with the opposite sign of it. Again I am telling, whenever we are getting this type of form, we have to multiply numerator and denominator both by this type of number, where you can see the middle one is just opposite. If we have negative here, we will multiply with positive sign. If we have positive sign, then we will be multiplying with the negative sign. Okay, so it's becoming like this, a minus b root x. Correct. So this equals to a minus b root x. The upper part is as usual, it will be there because there is nothing to do. Now this portion we can multiply normally, so it's actually becoming, you can see that x plus y into x minus y, so x square minus y square formula. So we can do a square minus of b root x's whole square. Which formula I have used? I have used capital A square minus capital B square is equals to capital A plus B into capital A minus B. This formula I have used. Now you can see a minus b root x divided by its a square minus b root x's whole square is b square x. You can see now this lower part is a rational number. It's not now irrational. So already we have got it. Okay. That means this is the answer. Right. So with this type, there is a question in your exercise 1.5. It's question number 5. Number 4. Question number 5 is 4. The question is rationalize the denominator of 1 by root 7 minus 2. Okay. How I can tell that this will be the form? Because this one can be written as 1 divided by minus 2 plus root 7, right? Minus 2 plus root 7, that means it can be written 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1 into root 7. Now you can see that this form and this form is actually same. Okay, so we are not doing it, or you can do it, no problem. So I'm not doing this part. This part I just told you to make you understand. From this I'm doing. So this is equals to minus 2 minus root 7 to be multiplied, because I told this sign must be changed. Okay, divided by minus 2 plus root 7 into minus 2 minus root 7. Again minus 2 minus root 7 divided by minus 2's whole square minus root 7's whole square. So it's becoming minus 2 minus root 7 divided by, this is 4, minus 2's whole square 4 and minus root 7's whole square minus 7. So ultimately we are getting actually minus 2 minus root 7, or I am writing like this, minus can be taken as common in the numerator, divided by minus 3. Minus minus I am not cancelling, don't cancel it, rather you just omit it. Okay, so it will be actually 2 plus root 7 divided by 3, and this will be the answer. Okay, so look at the process again. This is the process. Okay, now we will be going to the next category. It was number 3, so it's number 4 now. Number 4, the category is rationalize the denominator of 1 by root x plus root y. Okay, it can be given as or 1 by root x minus root y. It can be plus or minus anything, but whatever we have here in the question, we will just multiply like the previous one with the opposite sign. So I am doing a question from exercise 1.5, that is number 5. Question number 5. It's number 2. Number 2 I am doing. Okay. So it's 1 divided by root 7 minus root 6. What I told, whatever given here, we will just multiply with the opposite one. So it's root 7 plus root 6 divided by root 7 minus root 6 into root 7 plus root 6, right? What we are getting, root 7 plus root 6 in the numerator, and the denominator it's root 7 square, that means 7. I'm just writing, and root 6 square. So ultimately this portion is 7, this portion is 6. So it's root 7 plus root 6 divided by 7 minus 6 is equals to root 7 plus root 6 divided by 1. There is no benefit of writing 1. Okay, so I'm not writing. So ultimate answer is root 7 plus root 6. Okay, so this is the way of rationalizing the denominator. Now look, this category and this category is there in your syllabus. Now I am going to the next topic, that is laws of exponents. This particular topic already you all have done in class 8, and the same thing is here. So the laws of first law is a to the power m into a to the power n is equals to a to the power m plus n. If both the bases are same, exponents will be added for the multiplication. A to the power m divided by a to the power n, it will be a to the power m minus n. What it is? That means if the bases are same and the exponents are different, so their division will be, the exponents will be subtracted. Number 3, a to the power m to the power n is equals to a to the power mn. Two exponents of same base will be multiplied. Number 4, a to the power m, b to the power m is equals to ab to the power m. Same exponent of two bases will be written like this. Okay. So these are preliminary laws of exponents. These 4 preliminary laws are valid for m and n being rational numbers. Rational numbers means it can be integers, it can be fractions. Okay, and a obviously greater than 0, not negative. Okay, here not negative, but it can be taken as negative, no problem with that. Then number 5, a to the power 0 equals to 1. This is called trivial case. A to the power 0 equals to 1. Number 6, a to the power minus n is equals to 1 by a to the power n. Then number 7, you all know that root a is equals to a to the power half. So cube root of a is equals to a to the power 1 by 3. Only root a means it's actually square root of. Okay, so root a means square root of a, means second root of a, and then it will be a to the power 1 by 2. So cube root of a will be a to the power 1 by 3. For this, I know you all have done in class 8, but still for my satisfaction I just want to tell you one thing. Don't write 3 root a. This will be read as 3 root a. When I'm writing 3 inside the root sign, and it will be read as cube root of a. This will be read as 3 into root a. This will be read as like this, and this will be read as cube root of a. So you can see that both are different, right? So you always write like this if you need to write down cube root. Okay. Similarly, nth root of a will be a to the power 1 by n. And number 8, a to the power m by n, we can write like this. M by n we can write like this. A to the power 1 by n into m. That means a to the power 1 by n means nth root of a. So we can write it nth root of a to the power m. Right? Or we can write down nth root of a to the power m. This both can be written. Clear? So just for this applications, there is an exercise in your book. It's 1.6. So 1.6, there are 3 questions total. I am doing one question from it. So number 1, number 3 I am doing. It's 125's 1 by 3. You have to actually find its value. So 125 to the power 1 by root 1 by 3, it means 125 is 5 to the power 3. 5 into 5 into 5, it's 125 whole to the power 1 by 3. Now, which formula we will use? We will simply use this formula, number 3. Okay, so we will be use 3 into 1 by 3. I am writing using by 3. Using number 3 formula. But when you will be writing in the exam, you write the proper formula here. So this 3 will be cancelled out. We are getting as 5 to the power 1. 5 to the power 1 means 5. So it's the answer. Okay, so other 2 can be done. And then number 2. Number 2 again I am doing. It's number 4th. Fourth one is 125 to the power minus 1 by 3. It's minus 1 by 3. So what we will be doing? We will be doing normally what we have done previously. 5 to the power 3 to the power minus 1 by 3. So it's actually 5 to the power 3 into minus 1 by 3, right? Same formula using 3. So 3 will be cancelled out. We are getting as 5 to the power minus 1. 5 to the power minus 1 means we will use this formula. 5 to the power minus 1 means 1 by 5 to the power 1. So we will use that formula, and this is 1 by 5. Okay, 1 by 5 to the power 1, and it means 1 by 5. So it's the answer. Okay. Then question number 3. Question number 3 is, I am choosing number 2 first. Number 2 is 1 by 3 to the power 3 whole to the power 7. So it can be done like 1 by 1 to the power 7 divided by 3 to the power 3 to the power 7. It means 1 to the power 7 means 1 itself. 3 to the power 3 to the power 7 means 3 to the power 21. So 1 by 3 to the power 21, and it means 3 to the power minus 21. So this is the answer. Okay. Then number 4 I am doing. 3 whole 3 is number 4. It's 7 to the power half into 8 to the power half. It means, look, you can see, I think it's fourth formula, that is both the exponents are same but the bases are different. Then it will be, no, which formula, let me see once. Bases are same, no, this one, yeah, fourth formula it is. Okay, so fourth formula means it is 7 into 8 to the power half. Okay, using number 4. So 7 into 8, that means it's 56 to the power half. So you can write it root 56, and this is the answer. And with this, I have finished this chapter. Whatever was there in your syllabus, like in the new syllabus, that is the revised one by CBSE, so everything I have completed. So this is all about today's session, students. I hope you all have understood everything, and now you can practice the whole chapter and all the questions that are related to the topics that I discussed today. Okay, so we will meet in the next video with any other topic. Till then, have a good day.